What's up, Broncos Country? Get your heart ready, because what I'm about to tell you now could completely change the course of our team's playoffs. While everyone's celebrating the division title, there's something happening behind the scenes that could be the difference between us resting in the first round of the playoffs or having to play another tough game. Sunday, we've got a division classic against our rivals. And look, the situation is way more complex than it seems. Stick with me until the end, because there are twists, there's strategy, there's everything we love about football. And I guarantee you one thing, after this video, you'll watch Sunday's game with different eyes, paying attention to every detail that could define our season. So let's go, Denver Broncos family. We won the division with that campaign of 13 wins and just 3 losses. It was beautiful. It was exciting. It was everything we expected after so long in the desert. But now, look at the crossroads our team finds itself in. Sean Payton made it very clear. Winning the division was just the first of 3 goals he set for this season. And the second goal, my friend, can be achieved this Sunday. But hold on, because the situation got interesting in a way you might not have expected. The rivals on the other side of the field are going to rest practically everyone. That's right, you heard it. Their starting quarterback is going to sit on the bench, nursing an injured hand. Several other starters should also sit out. And you know who's going to command the opposing offense? Trey Lance, that guy who was selected as the 3rd overall pick in the 2021 draft, but who's barely played in his career. Look at the guy's numbers this season. 7 of 13 passes completed. Only 90 aerial yards in 3 games. He hasn't played since the end of November, when he faced another team in our division. Never in his life has he started a game against the Broncos. And guess who leads the entire league in sacks? That's right, our defensive system. Now you might be thinking, so it's going to be easy, right? We're going to dominate. Hold on there, Broncos Country. Sean Payton isn't thinking that way at all. The coach gathered the team after Wednesday's practice and made it very clear what mentality needs to dominate our players. Payton was direct. This is a playoff game. It doesn't matter if the opponent is going to rest players. It doesn't matter if it's a backup quarterback on the other side. The coach has already started studying Lance's strengths because he knows that underestimating any opponent in the NFL is a recipe for disaster. And our defense, even being the best in the league at bringing down the quarterback, will need to be at maximum concentration. Because look, family, Lance may not have experience, may not have game rhythm, but the guy has a strong arm and mobility. He's athletic, knows how to use his legs to create plays. With our defensive line pressuring, he will probably have to leave the pocket earlier than he'd like. And that's where the danger lies. A mobile quarterback can create serious problems if we're not disciplined in containment. And there's more. Even with several starters possibly out, they still have dangerous pieces that can play. Their offensive line will be weakened, especially without the starting left tackle who's dealing with a hamstring injury. For our defensive line that loves to pressure, that's excellent news, but we can't relax. Now, let's talk about our side of the field. We're also dealing with some situations in the medical department. The linebacker sat out the game against the Chiefs last week because of a hamstring injury and didn't practice on Wednesday. That's concerning because he's an important piece in our defensive scheme. But there's good news too. Some players who missed that Christmas victory returned to practice in a limited capacity. The tight end who had the injured knee and the wide receiver who suffered a concussion are progressing. The defensive lineman with the hip problem also practiced limited. And on offense, family? Look, we've been without our veteran running back for 6 games already. He had to undergo foot surgery that ended his season. But you know what happened? The rookie who took over the position has been sensational. The kid has already racked up 512 rushing yards on 131 attempts, has 46 receptions for 351 yards. And look at this number, 12 total touchdowns. The kid is playing great. And then we get to our quarterback, our commander, the man who has made this season special, Bo Nix. The guy has practically identical numbers to the opponent's starting quarterback throughout the season. 3,790 yards through the air, 25 touchdowns. But that's not all, my friend. What defines Nix goes far beyond the statistics. This kid has something special, something that doesn't show up in the numbers. Winning mentality. He embraces the pressure of decisive moments. How many times this season have we seen Nix lead comebacks at the end of the game? How many times has he gotten the ball with few minutes left and simply decided he wasn't going to lose? The player himself talked about this recently, and look at this beautiful quote. He said he was taught a long time ago by one of his many offensive coaches that pressure is a privilege, and that not everyone has the opportunity to be in these situations. And if he's the one who's going to have that opportunity, he's going to make the most of it. That's it, Broncos Country. That's the attitude we want to see. That's the mentality of a championship quarterback. Think about it. This team could easily have a record of 10 wins and 6 losses if it weren't for the miracles Nix has pulled off in tight games. He's been doing things similar to what another quarterback did at the beginning of the season with his team. Those impossible comebacks, those decisive plays in the tensest moments. Hey, Denver Broncos family, if you're enjoying this exclusive content about our team, if you bleed orange and blue, then don't waste time. Subscribe to the channel now. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any analysis, any news about the Broncos. We're here every day bringing top quality content to Broncos Country. Back here, let's talk about what's really at stake this Sunday. It's not just another win. It's not just closing out the regular season with a flourish. It's much bigger than that. We have the chance to secure the first seed in the conference and guarantee that bye in the first round of the playoffs. Rest week, man. While the other teams are killing themselves in the wild card, we'll be resting, recovering, studying opponents, preparing to host someone at home in the divisional round. But look at the scary scenario that could happen if we slip up. If we lose on Sunday and other results happen, we could fall to the 3rd seed. And then, guess who we'll face in the first round? Exactly the same guys we're facing on Sunday. It would be playing twice in a row against the same opponent, only the second time they'd be at full strength, with all starters rested and ready for war. Sean Payton knows this. The entire roster knows this. That's why this game is being treated as a playoff game right now. The mentality has to be total, from the first to the last snap. Zero margin for error, zero room for complacency. Even facing backups, even having all the advantages on paper, we can't slack off. Think with me, Broncos Country. How many times in the NFL have we seen favorite teams slip in trap games? How many times have we seen teams underestimate opponents and pay the price? Our coach is too experienced to let that happen. He knows that an NFL game is 60 minutes of battle, no matter who's on the other side. And there's another important factor here. Game rhythm. Our guys need to keep the rhythm hot going into the playoffs. We can't take our foot off the gas now. The defense needs to keep being aggressive, pressuring the quarterback, forcing turnovers, dominating the line of scrimmage. The offense needs to keep moving the chains, scoring, being efficient on 3rd downs. Special teams can't slip up at any moment. Tell me, Broncos Country, do you agree with this approach? Do you think we should play with everything even against a team resting players? Or would it be better to also preserve some of our starters? Comment below. With your opinion, I want to know what the family is thinking. The truth is there's no opponent this Broncos team can't beat. The 13-win campaign wasn't luck. It was hard work. It was execution. It was talent. From the beginning of the season, when many doubted, this roster showed character. Play after play, game after game, victory after victory, we've been building something special. And look where we are now, division champions with a real chance to secure the first seed and go in as one of the favorites for the conference title. Is there anyone out there who imagined this at the beginning of the year? Is there anyone who bet we'd be in this position in January? I bet many rival fans are surprised, but not us, right, Broncos Country? We always believed. And you know why? Because we know this team's mentality. We saw Nix grow throughout the season, saw the defense consolidate as the best in the league, saw the rookie running back transform into a reliable weapon, saw the special teams make decisive plays. Saw the coaching staff make brilliant adjustments week after week. Now is the time to crown all of this. It's time to show we deserve that first-round bye. It's time to send a message to the entire league. The Broncos are back on top, and we're here to stay. Nobody's going to want to face us in the playoffs. Our defense is intimidating. Our offense with Nix in command is unpredictable and clutch. Our stadium is a fortress. But all of this will only truly matter if we do our part on Sunday. There's no point in having won 13 games if we slip on the last one. There's no point in having been dominant all year if we don't take advantage of this golden chance to secure the bye. The moment is now. The opportunity is this one. And I trust that our guys will be ready. Because Denver Broncos family, this team has proven all along that it's prepared for the big moments. In pressure moments, Nix doesn't shake. In decisive moments, our defense shows up. When the game gets tense, our roster excels. That's the trademark of this season, and we can't forget, the opponent will be motivated too. Even resting starters, they'll want to ruin our party. Lance will want to prove he deserves a chance as a starter somewhere in the league. Their backups will be playing for future opportunities. Nobody enters the field in the NFL wanting to lose no matter the circumstances. That's why Sean Payton is right to treat this as a playoff game. That's why he's already studying the opposing quarterback's strengths. That's why he demanded the right mentality from the team. There can't be any relaxation. There can't be any arrogance. We have to have respect for the opponent and impeccable execution of our game plan. Our defensive line will need to dominate their weakened offensive line. The linebackers will have to be alert to Lance's runs when he leaves the pocket. The secondary needs to cover well and not give up easy plays. On offense, we have to be efficient, control the clock, score every time we have the chance. No wasted field goals, no silly turnovers. And look, Broncos Country. I know some people are thinking, but what if we lose this game? Would it be the end of the world? No, it wouldn't be. We'd still be in the playoffs with an excellent campaign. But why settle for less when we can have more? Why accept the third seed when the first is within our reach? Why give up a week of rest when it can be won with just one more victory? This team didn't get here thinking small. This team didn't win 13 games being conservative. This team didn't turn around so many games at the end by giving up easily. The Broncos' mentality in 2026 is championship mentality, and champions don't let opportunities slip away. Champions take advantage of every chance to improve their position. Champions play every game like it's the last, and you can write it down. No matter who's on the other side, no matter how many backups they put on the field, the Broncos will enter the field on Sunday ready to destroy. Our defense will hunt that backup quarterback the entire game. Our offense will impose the rhythm and control the game. Our special teams will win the field position battle. And in the end, we'll leave the field with another win in the books, and that bye secured. Because that's what this team does, family. That's what this season has been. Overcoming, executing, winning. From the first game until now, we've seen constant growth. We saw a rookie quarterback transform into a leader. We saw a good defense become elite. We saw a team with potential realize that potential. And the best part, the best is yet to come. The playoffs are where legends are made. The playoffs are where teams prove their true worth. The playoffs are where we're going to show everyone that the Broncos deserve to be in the conversation as title contenders. But before that, Sunday, before thinking about playoffs, we have to finish the job in the regular season. So get ready, Broncos Country. Get your voice ready to scream. Get your heart ready to race. Get your energy ready to vibrate. Sunday, there's a decisive game. Sunday, there's a chance to secure that bye. Sunday, there's an opportunity to end the regular season in the best possible way. With win number 14 and first seed secured, our guys will be ready. Sean Payton will have the team prepared, the game plan will be sharp, the execution will be on point, and when that final whistle blows, we'll be celebrating another Denver Broncos family victory, another step conquered toward the final goal, hoisting that trophy at the end of the season. Because after all, Broncos Country, it's not just about making the playoffs. It's about getting there and making noise. It's about getting there and being respected. It's about getting there and showing we belong at the top. And it all starts on Sunday with another win, with another show of strength, with another step toward greatness. So Denver Broncos family, what's your prediction for this game? How many sacks will our defense get? How many touchdowns will Nix throw? What do you expect to see on the field Sunday? Drop it in the comments. I want to know each of your opinions. And don't forget, leave that like if you're confident in the victory, share with all your friends who are true Broncos Country, and stay tuned to the channel because we'll bring you all the coverage of this huge game. Until next time, family, and let's go get that 14th win.